All right, everybody, here we are on Bloor Street in Toronto. We're gonna do it. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. All right. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining me for this walk. My whole news feed has been about this slapping game at the Hollywood's Oscar night. You know, who is it? Chris Rock gets slapped by Will Smith. Now, I'm not a big celebrity guy. I don't watch this. I don't watch any movies or any Hollywood stuff or the Oscars, but everybody's debating whether it was real or not. These are my thoughts on it. I think it's both real and unreal. Fake at the same time. Now, you might say, what the hell is going on there? What I think is, I think all the participants, the both parties or three parties in the group were not aware this was going to happen. But I think people who were producing the show, gorgeous building, they were in on it. They arranged it. I mean, if you know your clients, you know, for example, Will Smith's past, his behavior, towards the paparazzi in the past. You have this a little bit of a knowledge on what's his weakness, what tricks him off, right? What knocks him off. You know that, right? Because you're close friends with him, or you're, his boss, and you know about his life. There's stuff that we don't know as public, because whatever they tell us is made up celebrity junk. Like, we don't really know what's going on. Let's check out a little bit further, Queen's Park area. So we don't know how these people really are. We just know how they are by the way we see them in the movies, which is fake, and by the kind of press release that they put out, which is also kind of fake. So we don't really know what their weak spots is, what really bugs them, what bothered them the day before, what they're thinking. We don't know about them. Their private lives are private. So if you're a producer of the show and you have inside information that this person, Will Smith, has issues with certain stuff, issues with some personal stuff that we don't know, then you will set up another person, a comedian on stage. You arrange it in a way that the chance and likelihood of something like this happening is very high. It's very high. It's not guaranteed, but it's very high. So you kind of set the atmosphere for something like this to happen without the participants, any of the participants being aware of it. You just cultivate the atmosphere for something like that to happen. It may or may not happen, okay? But the likelihood of it happening is quite high. And it might not have been the only thing they set up that night. They may have set up other pranks, kind of artificially pushed incidents that could have possibly been worse or less, or another incident. But those things might have not come about for some reason. You know, the person who didn't get triggered enough, or the joke didn't go the right way, or something like that. This is Queen's Park. It's open today. Usually this place is closed. The police closed this place just to irritate people, I guess. I don't know why. But usually it's been closed for like past 6 weeks. So this is my thoughts on it. It's not that I don't think either one of them were aware that this was happening. I don't think it was purely acted, because if it was, they couldn't have kept the facade on afterwards. Actors can't act for long times. They can act well for about few minutes, then they have to cut and regroup. They can't go on acting for the whole show. That's kind of very rare. They break the fourth wall, if that's what's called. So I think the producers made an event possible by knowing the information beforehand. For example, if they knew that Will Smith had issues with his wife's condition, and he's been to a lot of doctors, and he had issues and he was stressed about it, and other information that's he was on the edge about it, and if they okayed the joke that was about her, they would have totally set up this thing. So that to me is done manually. It's not natural. But the people on the joke or on the incident, they just think they're reacting on their own free will. Will Smith, free will. That's kind of cool, but they're not. They're being manipulated to act a certain way. And you know what? Actors are always manipulated to a certain way, right? So that's their thing. You directors and producers and the whole gang, we always manipulate the actors for our story to be told, right? So that's their job. So I think they were manipulated in doing this and they didn't know. There's a lot of incidences from Hollywood where like the actors are acting, but the producers set up the event in a way that they're kind of surprised by the what's going on. For example, if they're getting if a female actress is getting like an engagement ring, for example, and she knows she's going to get it on film and she's going to react a certain way, that acting might not be real or might be kind of very cliche. Oh, you'd be all excited. So the director might want to get a different reaction from her, just to be different. So without telling her, it might put a butterfly in there. It might put a, you know, one of those toy jumping snakes where you open a box and the snake jumps out. He might put, she or he might put something like that in there. So when the actress opens the jewelry box, we're being very cliche, I know. The snake jumps out and she's like, her reaction is not expecting a toy snake. Her reaction is jewelry, right? Like she thinks, and then that reaction is kind of different. And that little moment's going to be a classic moment because it's so different and so original. Otherwise, it'd be like a cliche moment. There's so many scenes that shot when the actress opens it and she gets a ring. She's like, oh my God, it's all excited. It's so done that the director might want to do something different and be a bit artistically different. So they do this all the time in Hollywood. You know, they replace the props with different things to get a actual reaction as opposed to a fake reaction. So this is not an undone before, and I think this is what happened there too, where the producers of the show wanted some news cycle to change from the crazy things that's going on in the world with the war in Ukraine and the president of the United States saying kind of funny things on the world stage and all sorts of stuff. So this thing completely took over the news cycle. I think it was one of the most successful. This is a green light, but this guy's going through it. Okay, and it's a school bus? Maybe. Cool. You always have to double check. And that thing took the news cycle completely out of Ukraine, and everybody, every one of us, even me, everybody on the Facebook, Instagram, everybody's memeing it, talking about this, and nobody's talking about anything else anymore. It was a brilliant operation that they pulled off. They win. And then people are discussing whether it was real or was it legal or was it illegal or blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It was all organized that way. There's another incident in past 2 years history. I don't want to talk about it. You know, it's very controversial, big. Everybody was involved in it. That I think it was the same way, where powers in charge, they know certain information and they set it up, and chance of it happening, that incident happening, goes up a lot, right? I mean, you can think of your own life and stuff you do in your own life. You can, if you buy a lot of sugary food for your family, they will end up eating the sugary food, and as a result, they will gain weight. So were they in on gaining weight? Did they want the sugary weight? No, you kind of set up that atmosphere. You kind of bought more junk food than real food. So you kind of, you know what their weakness is. If they love donuts and they're trying to lose weight, if you keep buying them donuts without them asking you, they will end up eating the donut. You're kind of manipulating the situation from the higher position because you have certain knowledge that this person is like really addicted to donuts or really wants donuts, right? So here we're at Queen's Park, our usual Saturday get together. Huh? Hey, how are you? I'm talking to myself. All right. Skateboarders and a guitar player. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this talk. We'll catch you in the next video.